I remember when I made my first game, I used AI way more than I should have, and it made my whole game into a spaghetti mess. Now I'm making my second game, and I'm using AI to skyrocket my progress. Now, a lot of you beginners watching, or even intermediates, but more so beginners, probably use AI a lot right now. And if that's you, I highly recommend you watch this entire video, because you'll soon understand a better way to use AI where you actually make more progress. It's actually easier, and you're not too reliant on AI. So let me explain. Now, when you're making a game using AI heavily, or any program, but we are going to apply this to game development since this is a game dev channel, obviously. So a lot of you beginners and intermediates watching, probably especially beginners, might use AI a lot right now, and you might feel like you can get a lot done based on your actual skill level. And it's a nice feeling, like you can make a to-do list, like you kind of think that you can like make your ideas alive quite easily. And you think that AI is, it's actually pretty good at coding, like it can do everything I want it to. But the thing is that only works in like small projects. When you actually try to create a bigger project, AI, especially the ones in your browser and in your editor, doesn't take into account the whole, like the big picture. It doesn't know what direction your game is going. It doesn't know the scale. It doesn't know what you think, like your creative mind. Like it doesn't really know the actual direction that it's going. It only knows the current task and the current thing you want to implement. And if you're a beginner, you might not even be able to critically think that this code is actually good or it's bad or it's not really what I wanted to. Like, if you're a beginner, you don't know that. You have to trust that the AI knows what's best for your game. And the problem with that is that when you're creating bigger projects, it will just turn into a spaghetti mess because it only knows how to solve the current tasks that you give it, and it doesn't know how to nicely connect them to the other aspects of your game and how to actually move your project forward. And you might think now, well, Kevin, that's just a skill issue. Like, just use AI better. What I just told you is just the tip of the iceberg. Like, there is a much deeper reason why you shouldn't use AI in your learning. It's like giving a first grader a calculator when they barely even know math. Like, sure, they might type in 2 plus 2 and get the answer. Give them a task where they have to use the order of operations, and they will fail immediately. And my point here is basically that AI is basically just giving a calculator to a first grader if you are a beginner. You can't just be a beginner and use this extremely powerful tool when you don't even know how to reason and you can't critically think. And you need intentional design. You can't just prompt the AI to always just do this one specific thing. Like, you can't just tell the AI to do this one specific thing over and over, because it doesn't know the actual scope of your project. It doesn't know where you are headed. It will just solve the task that you give it in the easiest possible way and the way that makes the most sense for the AI with the information it has. And you as a beginner don't even know which information is important that the AI has. You don't know which information you shouldn't give it and which information it should have. Because you're a beginner, you don't know how, like, you don't know the fundamentals before you actually are able to use the calculator. And you also need to know your code so that you can make these quick changes. Because when you're developing a game, you are going to have a lot of these quick changes that you want to make. And if you're going to ask AI for every single one of them, you're just wasting time. Like, asking AI to do these quick changes might take you like 2 to 10 times more time than if you actually knew your own code. Because if you knew your code, you could do these changes much more effectively and quicker than the AI ever could. So when we're talking efficiency, that's a huge argument for why you shouldn't use AI, because you don't get a relationship with your code. Like, it might sound strange, but Like really, you don't have a relationship with your code, you don't know how the code works, and you don't know how to make these quick changes. So you actually end up being less efficient than if you didn't use AI and you actually knew your code. And I know this because I've had actual personal experience with this. Like I used AI in my previous project a lot, like I told you in the intro. And like the development, it took months. It took many, many months. It took like, let me think. It took like 6 or 7 months. Like it took 6 or 7 months of development on Neon Surge. Like it took 6 or 7 months of development, and it's not even an advanced game. It's quite simple. But that's because I always had to prompt the AI. I had to tweak it because I didn't get the response I wanted. And I do all of these things for something that I would just do quicker if I just said fuck this and just actually use my brain instead. And now that I'm developing my second game, I know how to use AI a lot better, and now I also gain knowledge much faster. Like I learn these things, like I learn new things all the time. So you can split game development knowledge into two things. You can split them into knowing what to implement and how to implement it. And the AI is extremely, extremely bad at the what. Like, sure, it might know how to implement it, but it doesn't know what to implement, so you have to prompt it specifically. And if you are a beginner, you don't even know yourself what you are going to implement. You just know the goal in your game that you want to achieve. You don't know what to implement. Like you don't know if you're going to implement a action or just a reference. Like you don't even know what these things mean. Like you don't even know what an action is, but that's the solution. That's what you're going to implement. You're going to implement an action, but you are a beginner, so you don't even know what an action is. So that's a huge problem of relying on AI because it doesn't know what it's going to implement. Like AI just does what you tell it. So if you tell it to implement this specific thing, like the result you want visually in your game when you play, it's just going to do the easiest possible thing. Like it's not going to future-proof it in the way that your project needs. Because you didn't tell it what to implement, because you didn't know what you were going to implement to make it as future-proof for your specific game as possible, based on what you want to achieve with the game. So if you are a beginner, you should not rely this heavily on AI, which you probably are right now. It's just counterproductive. It's less efficient. You learn less, and if you are creating a bigger project, it will also just make a spaghetti mess, like a complete mess. I can show you the player movement script right now that was made completely by AI. Even the most advanced AI models like O3 and 2.5 Pro, and none of my scripts are actually good. Like they are spaghetti messes, and if you were an expert, you would probably puke at it. Like sure, it works. That's what AI is prompted to do. It's going to make code that works. But good code and code that works are two completely different things. Like when I tried to add phone support, like iPhone support to my PC game, inside of this spaghetti mess of a project, not even AI could help me. It was such a mess. I used the most advanced AI models. I actually learned pretty good how to prompt the AI to get the results I wanted. But still, I got this spaghetti mess where I couldn't even implement phone, like joysticks and phone settings to my game. Like it was just such a complete mess. So I actually know what I'm talking about there. Now I actually have a list of the things that I did wrong when I used AI. So the first one is that I prompted it to create whole new systems. And the result of that was that I got code that I didn't understand myself, which both made further prompting more hard because I didn't understand the code that I was feeding the AI. So I didn't exactly know what to prompt exactly. And again, this comes down to the what. When I prompted the AI with code I didn't understand, I myself didn't even know the what. Even though I might be an intermediate, I didn't know what the AI was going to do because I didn't understand my own code. So it was basically like I was a beginner. Number 2 is that I let it write new scripts without thinking about the existing architecture, which made connecting the new scripts to existing systems extremely hard because the scripts was made in a way that it thought it was isolated, which made referencing other scripts and implementing that into the script that the AI gave me extremely hard because it just created these quick solutions and it didn't implement it effectively into my game. Now, number 3 is that I used it to fix bugs for me. And you might think now, well, that's really not that dangerous because we haven't gone over it yet. But the result of that is that I never learned how to debug effectively, and it just gave me these quick and shallow fixes. So if there was a root cause to the bugs, it would just give me these quick fixes that just would sweep it under the rug basically. As well as I didn't learn how to debug effectively. So every single small bug, first of all, I didn't understand the code, but I didn't know how to debug it effectively because I always used to just prompt the AI, why do I get this bug? I would just prompt the AI, why do I get this bug? And I'd paste the error. Number 4 was it made me lazy. I didn't use my brain and I never improved my skills. And for beginners and intermediates, we want and need to improve our skills. That's why we work. We won't get a job, we can't create a YouTube channel, we can't do anything if we don't have the skills, if we don't learn. Why are we beginners if we aren't going to learn to become better? I now use AI in a completely different way. I now use it to accelerate what I already know, not to replace thinking. In the next video, I'm going to show you exactly how I do that and how you can use it effectively at every skill level too. So go watch that video right now. It should be here or here. I don't know.